Say what's cracking, YouTube? It's your boy 16 to life, and I'm back like I'm on a pro violation. Yard down. Before I get started on this video, I need y'all to do me a couple things, man. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. That way, anytime I drop a story, you can hop on it whenever you're ready. For those of y'all who new to my page, who may not know, in 1994 I got arrested. Eventually, I was sentenced to 16 years plus life. I ended up doing 24 years in some of these California prisons. And so, now I come on here and I kick some stories and stuff I got for y'all and I accumulated while I was locked up. But today we got something special going on, man. A lot of cats are extremely interested in what's going on inside the pen. It's been about 3 years since I've been locked up. So, things change quickly, man. So today I got somebody calling in, man. He going by the name of Little Herb. He calling in. He on the cell phone. We fit to get it. We fit to get it cracking right now, man. Little Herb, are you there?
Yeah.
All right. Hopefully y'all can hear that good, man. So, Little Herb, man. How long you been locked up?
Well, as of now, I've been locked up 18 years in counting.
Okay. For some reason, you breaking up. We can't hear you that clear.
Now,
Nah, it's still kind of like it's like you talking kind of through like a computer or something.
how about now?
Yeah, that's a little better.
Yeah, so far, I've been locked up 18 years in counting.
You've been locked up 18 years.
Yes.
Damn.
As of March 2003, I got arrested hanging out with a room group of people. I'm from a city called Banning, California, small town, headed east on the freeway. You won't miss it, going towards the desert. But hanging out there, young, witless, and rebellious, trying to do some things that's affecting me for the rest of my life. But on paper, it says life, but me, myself, I don't think I got life. I'll be home one day.
Well, that's the attitude to have, man. And so, you say you've been down for 18 years. So, what level are you on right now?
I'm on a level 4 prison up north.
You on a level 4 prison up north?
Yes.
That's you on a 180 or 270?
A 180.
You on a 180? So have you ever been on a level 3 or a level 2?
No, I've been all my time on a level 4.
Damn, homie. So the whole time you've been on a level 4 the whole 18 years?
The whole 18 years. I started out, I went to Riverside County jail, and then from the Riverside County jail, I went to the Delano Reception Center. From Delano Reception Center, I went to Calipatria. I was there 22 days on the main line for caught a battery on police officer. It started out as attempted murder, but they dropped it off to a battery of police officer. And from there, I went to SAT-F, Corcoran. I left there. I went to Centinela State Prison. From Centinela State Prison, I went to Corcoran 270. These are all level 4s. And left Corcoran 270, went back to Centinela. Was in Centinela, left there. Now I'm here in Salinas Valley State Prison.
Wow. Okay. Now look, let me ask you a question. Well, let's back it up. How old were you when you caught your charges?
Well, when I got arrested, I was 18.
A fresh 18, huh?
Yeah.
And so you say you
Fresh out of juvenile hall.
and so you say you when you hit your first level 4, you say you was there 22 days?
Yes, on the main line in Calipatria State Prison. I was there 22 days.
And
I
so
arrived September 21st, and I was sitting in solitary confinement October 13th.
can you do you mind telling us, or can you tell us a little bit about the events, or no?
Well, it was a couple of individuals I was hanging out with. I didn't really know these dudes. I was fresh to the yard. I was just getting them mingling and everything, and one of them got into it with the police. Now, me being associated with the Crips, Crips go, I go. Got into it with the police. Anything blue, go against green, I'm there all for it. And that's what happened. Turns out as a argument between the police and an individual. Individual felt like the police was harassing him, and he had that fire on sight attitude. So police got close, reaching for his pepper spray, and didn't get a chance to pull it out in time. Me seeing what's going on, hey, my homies get into it with the police, let's go. I just follow suit.
Wow. So we often hear about when a dude get caught up and he go to the hole for an assault on the staff, or like you say initially it was an attempted murder on staff. Did the police like fuck you up, try to whoop your ass when you got to the hole?
Well, afterwards, after they figured everything out, they got us isolated. Yeah, I received some ooh-wee knots. So it's not being proud. They ooh-wee, but yeah, I got the ass end of the stick after it was all over with.
So once you caught the assault on staff, it's most of the time it's protocol to once they charge you with that, they move you to another institution so that you won't get assaulted and stuff by the guard. So did they end up moving you, or what was that process like?
Well, afterwards, I did my time in solitary confinement. I did 11 months back there from October 13th to like December 23rd. I was going through the ringer. Uh, my food was being played with. My mail was being played with. Individuals, other convicts that was back there in the hole with us, they'd go to look out for us back there, knowing that the police messing with our stuff. They wouldn't even let us get that. After the 11 months back there, they moved me to SAT F, Corcoran 180. I stayed there until I was going back and forth to court. They would take me back down to Calipatria. I was going back and forth to court from there. And every time I went back down there, it was fresh off the bus. So the solitary confinement, it was, I would get roughed up. It wasn't a pleasant sight.
Hmm. So so I understand. So I understand, but so explain for the people who may not understand. So they was taking you back to Calipat, which is a whole different county from where you was at, right? Because they had charged you. So actually the DA on the streets picked the case up, I assume, right?
Yes, the DA picked the case up, so I was left from Imperial County to Kern County. So it's two different counties, and I will be transferred from Kern County back to Imperial County to fight my case until it was all over with.
And so what was the outcome of that case?
Well, they gave me originally 8 with half, but I took that, even though I had already had the time that I had. It was really nothing, and I just went from there.
So I don't know if you mentioned if you oh yeah, you did mention earlier. So you end up right now you have a life sentence.
Yes, I have a life sentence. I have 2 life sentences plus an additional 62 years for 2 counts of attempted murder, assault with a deadly weapon, brandishing a firearm, receiving stolen property, and criminal threats.
Wow. Damn. Okay, so out of all the level fours that you hit, does anyone stand out in particular? Which one would you say was like the most violent? Was the most cracking?
Well, the one I'm at right now, it's pretty bad here. If anybody knows about the California state prison system, the 180s, they would consider this number 1 for prison murders. So that's where I reside at now.
So now the prison that you at now, can you name off some of the groups that's up there?
The groups,
Like yeah,
as far as
what different cars like do they have? Is it Southsiders, or do they have Northerners up there? Who's all up there on the yard?
well, on the yard that I'm on right now, you have Northerners, you have Southerners, you have Bay Areas, you have Bloods, and you have Crips. On the other side of the wall, you have another group of individuals that cannot participate with the individuals that's down on the lower yard. They call themselves Bulldogs. Uh, it's another Mexican fraction gang that don't participate with the Northerners or the Southerner Mexicans.
So a lot of times on my page, man, I get this question and stuff. So I'm gonna ask you, in your opinion, who runs the prison?
Who runs the prison is the most dominant people on the yard. Uh, and then you have individuals who likes to click up. They like to play with numbers. You have some crib cards that have numbers, have more homies than the other crib cards, and you have right now where I'm at, it's dominantly Northerners.
So in your opinion, or in your perspective, the prison that you at is ran by Northerners?
Yes.
So are they pushing the line on cats, or how does that go?
No, as of right now, everything is I would say copacetic.
Right.
Ain't nothing going on right now. Everyone is just mingling amongst themselves, doing programming. Because you have a lot of dudes here with a long time. I mean, some are willing to go home, or trying to go home, I shall say, trying to go home. But then you have some that's willing to, at the drop of a dime, say, "Fuck it, risk it all."
Right. And so, a lot of cats is gonna be, they want to know, how are you calling, like I say, and you calling on the cell phone. What's the prices of cell phones up there?
Well, as of right now, it is going anywhere between $3,500 to $4,500.
For a cell phone?
Yes.
Damn. So what is that? Is that is that a smartphone? What type of, is it just a regular old, what type of phone is that?
It's a smartphone, but it's a regular old, I would say, a Walmart phone.
Wow, that's crazy, man. And so, in your estimation, is the yard flooded with phones? Are they hard to come by?
Well, yeah, as of right now, yeah,
Yeah, they're flooded, or yeah, they're hard to come by.
they hard to come by. That's
Wow.
why they're so high.
Uh-huh. So, what do you think, man, is the worst thing you didn't seen while you've been in prison? Since you've been in prison, what's the can you got a story or some type of incident you think that stands out?
Well, really don't have any stories or anything like that. I just stay to myself, but I done seen some pretty gruesome things. I done seen 2-on-1s, I done seen 3-on-1s. I done seen a couple of killings, but as far as like I stated, I just stay to myself.
Right.
I try not to mingle with individuals of that nature because I have a goal. My goal is to go home one day.
Right. So if you don't mind me asking, what prison you was at when you seen your first killing?
When I seen my first killing, I was here in
Yard down. Wow. So we'll definitely, I don't know, man. I'm gonna see if I can get my boy to edit that part out. Um so how many killings have you seen since you've been up there? Or just in prison in general?
so far. I done seen 2.
Wow. And so what's the atmosphere like between the Northerners and the Southerners? Right before I paroled, I believe there was a truce between them. I think it was behind the hunger strikes that was going on in Pelican Bay to try to get people who was having indeterminate shoes released from the shoe. So is everything still cool, or?
Yes, amongst them 2 groups of fractions of people right there, everything is good. There's no fault between them. They kind of, some would say they clicked up. I wouldn't say they clicked up, but it's more like a brown thing because the Southerners are short here. Northerners are way more than the Southerners. So they look at it as if the Southerners get into it with the Africans, uh, they got their back.
Oh, is that right? Wow.
Yeah.
And so let's talk a little bit about the black cars up there, man. What's going on with the black cars, in your opinion?
Amongst my opinion, I would say they loose as a goose. It's not really, there's really no structure. But then amongst some cards, it is. Um, People just running willy nilly.
So who up there right now? What black car would you say is the strongest?
Up here right now, I wouldn't even be able to tell you that because it's more like equal. You have a lot of Crips here. You have a lot of Bloods here. You have a lot of Bay Areas here.
Hmm. So is there any type of unity with the black cars?
Well, yeah, you have unity here. It's to a certain extent, you do. Uh, Other than that, everybody's just, I would consider, on the bottle. It's a lot of fiends, so it's a lot of things of that nature going on.
I couldn't quite comprehend that. You said it's a lot of fiends.
Yeah, meaning drug addicts.
Oh wow. So and this is on the level 4 180, huh?
Yeah,
Wow, man. So things sound like they didn't definitely change, man.
yeah, things got a whole lot worse to the individuals who allow themselves to get drug into that circle, I shall say.
And so in your opinion, what brought on the change? Because when when the last time I was on a level 4, well, I believe was probably 2005, and it was quite different from the first time I was on one in '96. I noticed a big change between those two times. So in your opinion, man, what are excuse me, what are some of the things you think that brought about the change?
What brought about the change in my perspective, I would say there's no more each one teach one. When I first became incarcerated, you couldn't turn your TV on until you got at least 2 hours of studying up under your belt. And now it's drugs that flooded the market. There's a lot of young dudes around here looking at it as, hey, why should I listen to you when we getting high together?
Right.
So with no structure, no guidance, a lot of young dudes is just running around here doing what they want.
Wow. And so how was the interactions between the convicts up there and the guards? Are the guards, do you feel, in your opinion, are the guards basically are they basically like out to get the convicts? Do they just let you guys program on a level 4? I mean, is things different? Because I know in some of the lower level yards, the guards seem like they love giving the convicts a harder time, because they know they have less time and you have more people trying to make it home. But up there with more people having a lot of time, how is that? How's the atmosphere up there?
Well, it's all amongst how you carry yourself. That's how it is. They don't mess with you, you don't mess with them. Stay out of their way, stay out of their way. But you front them off or do something that brings attention to yourself, they will be on you.
Mhm. So have you seen or been involved in any riots during your incarceration period?
Yes, I've been involved in 2 riots,
And so who
both with the Woods.
both riots with the Woods?
Yeah, with the white crowd.
Uh-huh. So what was if you can, I mean, can you elaborate on that a little bit? What was the reasoning behind the riot?
Well, the first one was because it was a white crip. They didn't want the white crip riding with the blacks. And the second one was because a black dude owed the Woods and didn't want to pay. So he felt it upon himself because one of the Woods turned him in. He took it upon himself to go confront the Wood about it, and an argument broke out. And when the argument broke out, the Wood fired on him. And when he fired on him, it was like we were shocked because we didn't think it was going to happen. And then after that, it just went on and kicked off. They
So
was outnumbered, but he did his thing.
so when you say the Wood turned him in, what do you mean by that?
I said turned him in and went to his peoples and told him that he owed them. If an individual here is in debt with another individual and he feels like he's being played for his money, he will go talk to someone in your car, meaning whatever fraction that you run with, he will go talk to one of them people that controls that car. And that's what I mean by turning him in.
Oh, okay, okay. And so what was the outcome in your opinion of that riot?
To me, myself, I believe it was bullshit because if he would have never got the drugs, he would have never had to turn him in. If he would have paid his debt, he would never have to turn him in. Well, I used to run with a group called the IE car, and I had a thing to whereas it's none of my business until it becomes my business. Whatever you do, you do. You know, keep that between y'all. But when it comes to us, it's no longer your business no more. It's a car business.
Right.
And either one or two things are going to happen. Either you're going to pay that money or something's going to happen to you.
So, do you think there was a clear winner in the riot, or how did that turn out for the people involved?
Well, for the people involved, a couple of people got sliced with razors, but in the end, hey, it's prison.
And so, going back to the other situation that you was discussing about the white Crip, how did that can you take us through the story, like in a little bit more detail? Was the white Crip approached and asked to leave, or how did that all transpire?
Well, back in the days when I first came in, there was a thing that other races didn't like their peoples to run with the black card. So they would approach the situation. This white dude came, he was from OBC or OBG. Woods got wind of it that he was running with us, told us that we have to do something about it. He can't be there. And he was like, hey, what you mean he can't be here? It's like, hey, he's going to start something. Well, we'll talk to you guys on the yard. And got to the yard. There was really no talking because it was a couple of words exchanged, and after that, it just went up. And what I mean by going up is a riot kicked off because we wouldn't allow them to dictate our program. We don't care about who runs with you guys, if he's black or whatnot. Can't dictate who runs with us.
Right. And so, what was the outcome of that riot? Was there a clear winner in your opinion, or?
Well, yeah. In that one right there, it was because it was a few people that got left out on stretchers. I shall say airlifted.
And so who won that riot?
Switch sides, banging shit they wasn't from, like hoes who love the dick ride. I'll bang it by myself if I have to, I got big pride. Bust the strap ASAP and call that a quick slide. You ain't gotta be potato boy to get your shit fried. Dear God, please don't let me relapse and return to the evil that men do. Father God, I pray and ask that you help me to have mercy on others the same way I would want you.